Hey YouTube, in this video I'm going to show you something Decathlon doesn't want you to know about kids' bikes, which may make you reconsider buying a children's bike from them. After that I'm going to give you a very good tip on how to save money buying children's bikes and actually get more bike, a better quality bike for less money. If you haven't subscribed, hit the button below. I've got a lot more tips coming out on kids' bikes and also security tips for adults. Okay, so behind me is the Dr. Girl 500 bike on 16-inch wheels. It's for kids of 4 to 6 years old. It was €100, now it's 110. It was £90, now it's £100. Prices are going up in Decathlon since the COVID lockdown. Lots of people want to cycle. So that bike and this bike, I think it's called the Dark Hero 500, it's the same bike for kids of 4 to 6 years old. It's just styled differently, different tyres, different mud guards, etc. The boys looks more aggressive, the girls looks more girly. So I bought these bikes brand new, side by side, for my 5-year-old girl, 4-year-old boy. Within 1 week, the boy's bike had so many problems, particularly with the brakes. Every video I talk about Decathlon brakes not being great. The reason the boy's one had so many problems is because my son rode it more aggressively. He would slam on the brakes, front and back, and they began sticking very quickly. The tension here in the brake arms, I couldn't ever balance it properly. I could never get it with the wheel perfectly in the middle. The tension would never hold. The cable stuck in the middle. Even the grips, you can see that the cable's coming out a bit here. Even these kind of plasticky levers didn't have much tension in them. So the point is, if you've got a kid that's going to ride the bike aggressively, this bike is not for you. The kids' bikes from Decathlon are not for you because the brakes cannot handle it. Another problem, we've got this big mudguard unit here. This constantly fell off. Whatever it was that was holding it in place next to the pedal arm, it broke within a few days. My son dropped it once and this came off, and I was constantly reattaching it, but it was always wobbling when he was riding. So you can see the difference in the styles. My daughter rode it very carefully and gently, and it's been okay, it's been fine. The boy rode it aggressively, and within 1 week it wasn't really good enough, and I was constantly having to do maintenance on it. So if you've got a kid who's going to ride it aggressively, these bikes aren't for you. You're probably better off getting a brand name bike, which brings me to my next tip. Okay, so in the background now I've got two other bikes. These are the next size up, so they're on 20-inch wheels for children between 6 to 8 years old. My kids have got older, they've grown a little bit, so they needed new bikes basically. These are both second hand. The point I want to make is there are so many children's bikes on classifieds ads on your whatever classified website you have, or second-hand website in your country, on Facebook or in second-hand shops, and they are so much cheaper. People just want to get rid of them. After their kids have grown up, these bikes are in the way. So the blue bike, its brand is Diamond, a Belgian make, that costs €10 basically. Gitan, French brand, costs €25. So it's about a quarter, let's say, of the price of one of the Decathlon range. And if you bought these bikes new, they'd probably be around 200. So it's about 1/8 of the price. Now, what you notice is when you see them in the second-hand shop or online, aesthetically, they don't look that nice. Kids will have put stickers on them. They love doing that. The seat might be ripped slightly. There may be scratches. But mechanically, the bikes are better than the Decathlon ones that are brand new. But aesthetically, the Decathlon ones look nicer. So my advice is to get a second-hand bike, much cheaper, and then spend a little bit of money bringing up the quality. So on the Gitan, I put new tyres on it. These are €10 each, and I put a basket on it as well. So now we're up to €55. But it's still much cheaper than a new bike would be. The good thing is if you go hunting around these second-hand shops, pawnbrokers, bazaars, markets, you can test out the brakes and make sure that they're robust. And I would say they're likely to be better than the Decathlon range for sure. I hope that's been useful. If so, give me a thumbs up. Any questions or comments, stick them below. If you're interested in the second-hand world and making money from bike maintenance or buying and selling bikes, check out my ebook below.